whose overall rank is amazing. He's in the top 400 in the world currently.
Use one of my trips. Maybe a free hit.
Captain João Pedro.
Hey guys, another episode of the SAFF Podcast. So we have Waseem, who's ever present here with us, and currently the SAFF champion and first in the league still. Big welcome to Shin Sung, whose overall rank is amazing. He's in the top 400 in the world currently, which is ridiculous.
I've never been that high, so he's automatically better than how much I've ever been.
What's it like up there? Just that's the first thing. Like to see the number one on all the mini leagues. How does that feel?
Well, I don't know. I've also never been in this position, so it's a first time for me. I think it's all purely based on luck.
10 game weeks in, it stops being luck, man. If you told me it was like 1 or 2, game week 1, 2, 3, I'd accept luck. But now it becomes a skill issue. I have one question, and I think probably the most important, for us that have never been so high, does it affect your decision making based on what your rank is? Did your rank influence your choice of transfers that you wanted to make?
No, definitely, because now, for example, if you look at my currently my game week 11, like when I was lower rank, I really didn't care about sacrificing points to make extra transfers. But now,
because 4 points counts a bit more up top.
Yeah, it's
where
fine,
lower down, it's okay.
You say that, but looking at your transfers, these early transfers you made in game week 2, I think it was game week 2, you took like a -8 and you brought in like Gabriel, João Pedro at the time, and Semenyo, and that like really paid off in the long term run. And it just shows that like taking a hit is not always bad. Maybe short term, but long term can be really good.
I thought it made a difference though, so I always thought that if I stop taking -4s, it'll make a difference. But I mean, it clearly hasn't. I have not gotten into the top 10,000 in this season or last season. I haven't been taking any knocks, so clearly it doesn't make a difference.
But the other question that's quite important is like, Shin, how much soccer do you watch, or is it more about you look at people who get points and look at the stats more?
I actually do watch quite a bit. Obviously, there are those who are working Saturdays, but like I'm a United fan, so I try to watch as much United game as possible.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you try to watch as little Man United as possible. It's a good season so far. I agree.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But like, I don't really like focus too much during the games. I just have it on the side. I just try to like get a glimpse of who are the star players or who like plays well generally. Like for example, I also enjoyed watching Spurs at the start of the season. I saw Kudus was doing well. I mean, he was getting assists and quite involved defensively, and they were keeping clean sheets in Italy. So I decided to keep him, and like I really enjoyed Ndiaye from everything from last season as well.
Yeah.
And he's like one of his top performers. So I think he's gotten consistent points for me as well. So like I do try to watch, and I see like if they've got some takers in them, then I'll maybe consider like investing in them.
That's great reasoning. I'm here for it. I've got a mate that barely watches any football, and he only uses stats to base all of his decision making. So he was actually very frustrated once content creators actually became a big thing, like say over the past 4 or 5 years, because he was one of those guys that would pull all the stats, run spreadsheets, make decisions based on players being home in a way, what their results were, and he gained solid rank over those. And as content creators, I think became a little bit more active and then started posting a lot of content about all of the stats and stuff, because they effectively do the work for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. He said his rank started dipping specifically because he said that was his edge initially. And for me, I've always watched it based on I've always played FPL. Say until about maybe 4 or 5 seasons ago, I've purely played it based on watching footballers. So if I'm watching football over the weekend, I see this guy is jamming, I'm like, oh, he's in my team this week. But I guess over this past few seasons, I've been a little bit more analytical about it. But obviously, I still watch a crazy amount, which obviously influences my decisions here and there.
There are things that stats really don't show. Sometimes a player could have a really good game.
Yeah.
Like be a goal threat and still don't score, and now he only gets like 4 points,
So the saddest part of that is like Phil Foden. So he's been in my team purely just based on watching him. But he's always been the pass before the assist. In the past 3, and like there's been about like 4 goals that Haaland scored, and Phil Foden was the pass that gave to the guy who assisted him, and I was like, guys,
Exactly.
what a pain. And then he scored 2 in the Champions League midweek, and he's giving me a reason to hold on to him this coming week, which is going to be a really bad decision, but I think I'm going to be there for it.
Coming week's got a lot of talking points. I think it's the final game week before another international break as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I do want to talk about that. Shin, your team as well. You mentioned at the start that you have 3 potential injuries. And I'm just going to shout out your team quickly, and then just talk us through what are your thoughts going into game week 11. So at the back you have Raya, Gabriel, Marquis, Van der Ven, and your other defenders, I think it's Akhtar and Alderete. That was on your bench this past week, with Semenyo, is it Kudus, Caicedo, and Ndiaye, and then Victor Gyökeres, Voltemade, and Haaland, and you have Ismail Sarr as well. Who I missed there. So I mean the 3 potential knocks you got is Gyökeres, Ndiaye, and Kudus. I think that Ndiaye is most likely going to play.
He's going to be fit. He's going to play most likely.
I think he's most likely to play.
Kudus, they said they're trying to get him fit for the weekend, so I expect him to play because it's such a big game. So I think Gyökeres is definitely out.
Gyökeres is definitely out. And what are your thoughts going into game week 11 then? And you haven't played any chips, so give us indication when you're thinking of using those as well.
Yeah, so I think this is the time where I'm actually gonna use one of my chips, maybe a free hit.
Okay.
I'm thinking simply because of Gyökeres and Kudus. Like also, even if Kudus plays, it's a United game and they've been on the ascendancy, so I don't think he will actually deliver. And obviously, Gyökeres being out, I want to swap at least those 2 out. And then I also want to transfer out Ismail Sarr. So yeah, I think I'll make those 3 changes. I'll probably keep him down because I think he'll still play. And Fulham haven't been so strong lately. So yeah, I'll probably sell Gyökeres and bring on either João Pedro or I think João Pedro is on my mind. And then if the funds are available, and then Kudus, I think I'll have to, because Gyökeres is going out, I'll probably bring Declan Rice. I think his defensive contributions I think he's the highest earning midfielder at the moment, or one of the highest.
Possibly.
Playing football, and don't concede goals, so clean sheets. I think 2 defensive players is a good decision to make. That's what's going on my mind at the moment.
There's no return.
There's other attackers who can give you similar amount of points for much cheaper price. So,
but the sideward shift from Gyökeres, there's not many options, particularly coming into this week, because I like Ekitike, especially if Isak is still out, but he's playing City. And for you, I think you got that option to go in even with Mateta. Like me and Mo and Waseem already own Mateta. So our
best player in the game. What?
But I'm also looking at João Pedro, but I just took him out. Now I gotta bring him back, and
I can't
hasn't
do
been
it.
fun.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. I
actually
considered it. I thought about it, but I can't. Just out of principle, I can't do it.
I was looking at 1 week funds because I'm most likely going to wildcard after game week 11. We get another wildcard next half of the season, and AFCON's coming up. It just has to be João Pedro for me. Like I can't think of anyone else.
Wolves, no brainer at home.
I watched the Chelsea Champions League game. Liam Delap came on after 45 minutes, and I was like, "This is the guy I'm going to bring in. I'm going to surprise everyone. Bring in Liam Delap," and he was so bad.
But isn't he suspended anyway?
If you look at my whole Twitter feed was just like, why did we sell Jackson? This guy is just as bad. He can't finish anything. The other option I had was, but I just can't afford it, was that if I took out Reinders, if I could afford Mikel Merino, might have been an option for a 1 week punt.
Did he get 2 goals in the Champions League?
He got 2 goals. Yeah. One of the next big questions, Shin. Who are you going to captain this week? Like who's in the thought process? Because Erling Haaland's playing Liverpool. Do you still stick with him?
Well, I think I've captained Haaland most of my game weeks. The thing is,
but then who else is there?
You know?
And that's the other problem, is that there's no one. Besides,
Captain Semenyo. Is it also?
Actually, not a bad idea.
It's not a bad
But
idea.
it's not.
Especially with
It's
Evan
not like.
Nielsen back. I think he's better with Evan
Mm,
Nielsen.
yeah, I might also just sell a player and maybe like captain Mateta or
Captain
something.
João Pedro. Captain João
Or get
Pedro.
Pedro. Yeah.
No, man.
No.
If you captain João Pedro and he hauls, I will quit the game. I will quit playing. It's just insane.
But who else is there? So I think it's always safer just to stick it with Haaland, forget about it. It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing. Semenyo is a great player, but he hasn't been in the points. Arsenal
Yeah.
are playing Sunderland, and Sunderland at home are no joke. They can put up
Yes.
a tough fight.
Yeah, they are. I think a really good actually job Pedro might be good because they're playing Wolves.
Wolves
That's the
were
thing,
terrible,
yeah.
and they got no manager either.
Yeah, and they are
Yeah.
what? Let me just check. 3 hours in the last 5 games and 2 draws. They've conceded 22 goals.
And those 2 draws
So-
are the only points they have this season.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the defensively they're shaky. They're probably looking to relegation, and Chelsea are playing relatively alright. So I think João Pedro.
Let's go for it. Let's go. I'm here for it.
I'm probably going to bring in João Pedro. I'm not going to lie, but I'm definitely not going to captain him. I can't see myself, but I don't know.
I think
I mean,
Gabriel
this is
captain,
the-
man. Arsenal really going to concede against Sunderland. That's what we got to ask ourselves.
That's the other thing. I think Gabriel is a good captain always.
I think it's a really good pick.
I mean, he's got great goal threat, and regardless, I think how Arsenal play, he will get defensive contributions. And
Yes.
Sunderland don't just sit back; they do play. So
Yeah.
you would expect that.
And like,
I would be interested to see what are the captaincy picks this week. Mohammed Waseem, let's go to your team. This week you did 72 points. What are your thoughts now going forward into Game Week 11?
I felt so dumb last week because I really wanted to Tarkowski to Richards, and Richards got the clean sheet, and Tarkowski came with a stupid 2-pointer. And it was so weird for him because in the first half, he had 1 defensive contribution. And he's supposed to be a defensive contribution like monster, but he only had 1. He ended up on 8 eventually. Mukiele also was a DEFCON machine for most game weeks. Like this time, I think he only had like 3 or something. So I can't understand how bad my luck was because I had 2 players going into the last game, and then they did absolutely nothing. So 1-1 was the worst result for me. There was no worse result than seeing that, unfortunately. And especially with Njai getting a goal, it hurt my soul. But I have recovered from it, and Gyökeres has ruined my week further, as well as Kudus not playing Champions League, so he's still got that knock, which I really hope he plays this week. But Gyökeres is pretty much leaving my team this week. I think I've seen the light, and I'm pretty much done there. The problem is who to replace him with has become really hard because I need someone for the longer term. Options are very, very limited at the moment. So I've explored Igor Thiago as an option just to free up some funds to use elsewhere. That's something I'm considering. I've also got Van de Ven playing against Man United, and I've got Mukiele playing against Arsenal. So I don't really want to play 4 defenders this week. So I'm definitely looking at who else I can play. And I think Spurs play Man United at home also. So Spurs home form's really bad. So I don't really want to bank on Spurs at the moment.
Where do you go with Reinders? Like, what's
I'm
your
thinking of a
what's your option?
slightly... So because I'm getting the Gyökeres money, if I'm going to drop him for someone cheaper, I considered Ismail Assar maybe, or Declan Rice, because I've got the Arsenal spot available. I've even actually considered at some point in time seeing if I can get Saka in, but I don't think he's worth the money at the moment. So
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna talk to my team. I'm considering a lot of Chelsea players, which but it's only for 1 week. Week punt. So I mean, looking at my team, I did well defensively. I mean, Calafiori, Anderson, and Correa all got me clean sheets. Verbruggen got me a first goalkeeper clean sheet, but Gyökeres, Mateta, and Haaland all getting me returns. With my midfield, Mbeumo, Kudus, and Semenyo not getting me anything, which was a bit sad. I mean, Mbeumo will definitely keep. Kudus, I don't know. I just need to keep an ear out for his injury. But I need to try and make a move with Gyökeres because I intended to play him, and I don't want to play Dewsbury Hall or Reinders. So that's my
and
bench.
Spurs got a rough run coming up anyway, right? When it comes with Kudus, they've got United, Arsenal. Okay, Fulham's not so bad, but then Newcastle, Brentford, Forest, Liverpool. So the run's not great at the moment. That's why I'm also Kudus on a chopping block there as well. See whether it's worth even keeping him longer.
I have Gvardiol and he's going to be on the bench this week. But
No, you have to play him against
now,
Liverpool, man.
now with
You have
Gyökeres
to.
out, initially I was actually thinking take out Cavadio because he's not going to be there long term. I was actually thinking of putting in James for 1 week, 5.5, so I can afford him. I can even put Munoz for 1 week as well. Munoz actually probably keep him longer term. So that's where my head was initially before this Gyökeres injury. Now most likely I'm just going to do João Pedro. I think that'll be the move. Wolves have been bad.
I think it isn't a bad idea if you're all wild card because you've got big teams playing against each other with
Yeah,
like
this was actually a great week for the free hit. I also
because
Yeah.
it's Liverpool
think I
with
support
the
that.
Kudus and Bournemouth also playing against each other. That's really like probably the first line there's a half of the team that's
Yeah,
possibly
playing against each other. It's actually, I haven't even considered it,
Yeah,
but
I've
it's
been
actually
thinking
not
a
a
lot
bad
this
play.
week. I
The
never
only
thought
thing
of
is,
free hit until you spoke about it, to be honest.
yeah,
And that's why it's in my
the
mind now.
the big question is if I free it, who do I captain? Because I feel like if I free it, I need to bring in someone who's going to outshine Haaland this week, and I
Correct.
don't know who that's going to be.
100%.
But
Bukayo
I
Saka.
mean,
Bukayo Saka against Sunderland. This is his week, man. I feel it. I'm feeling this is the week.
let's go through all the fixtures one by one. I want to hear some of you guys' predictions. I mean, Spurs against Manchester United kicks off on Saturday. It's an early kickoff. Waseem, you're a Spurs fan, shouldn't you? You're a Manchester United fan, so it'll be interesting to get
I
you
actually
guys'
don't know what
opinions.
happens in this one because Spurs are just so bad at home at the moment, but they're also coming off quite a solid result in the Champions League. So I don't know if that confidence helps a little bit with regard, but also there's so many injuries at the moment, so I have less faith that the team will actually do well. Especially the home form in the Premier League has just been shocking. So I wouldn't put it against it being a draw. It's hard for me to choose. It's hard for me to choose a winner in this one.
I think Spurs struggle to break down teams, and especially at home as well. I mean, like because of the creativity, and also I don't think their strikers are that prolific.
Continuing with the Saturday fixtures, I think Everton up against Fulham, West Ham up against Burnley. That's your 5 o'clock kickoff games. I mean, nothing really interesting there. Then Sunderland against Arsenal and Chelsea against Wolves. I think the Chelsea game is the one that most people, like we spoke about, most people will be targeting. The Arsenal game as well, but I think Sunderland are a good team away, and it'll be interesting to see Xhaka playing against his old team.
Oh yes, yeah, he's the previous captain as well, right? So
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
I want to see if they boo him or if they cheer him. I think they're gonna boo him.
They shouldn't. I don't think he left on bad terms, though, right? I feel like he didn't leave on
Can't
bad
remember.
terms. He had issues previously, and then I think he patched up with the fans and stuff, and then he left quite reasonable terms. But it'll be funny if they do, though.
Sunday we got the Villa Bournemouth game. That's quite an interesting
I think that'll
game.
be a good
It's
game. I think it'll be a good game
two
to watch.
managers that are like I rate very highly, Unai Emery and Iriola. Brentford up against Newcastle, and I think Brentford have been impressive. And I don't know what to make of Newcastle. I think a lot of people have been frustrated with Anthony Gordon. Baltimore also came off after 45 minutes.
If you haven't seen the Newcastle goal, please go watch Dan Burns' header from the Champions League last night. It is ridiculous. He bent it with from a free kick. He bent it into the top corner. It was ridiculous. It's one of the best headers you'll see in your life.
Next game, Palace against Brighton, and it could also be a good game. The big game of the weekend will probably be City Liverpool. I don't know what to expect from this game.
Liverpool win, man. Liverpool have got it going, and Slot has gone back to last season's tactics, and it seems to be working. Liverpool win this one. So the funniest thing is they shared a stat. I've seen a stat in the week. In 2024, I can't remember which month in 2024, Liverpool played against Aston Villa, they won 2-0. Liverpool played against Real Madrid, they won 2-0. And then, this is all games in a row. Liverpool played against Man City and won 2-0. So now this 2 weeks, Liverpool played against Aston Villa, they won 2-0. And then they played against Madrid and won 1-0. So they're going to beat Man City. It's just, history has to repeat itself.
It's a very different City team, though. Usually, what happens, City City and Liverpool, they fight against each other like on all guns blazing. And usually we outpace them or we outscore them. But now City are playing a lot more direct.
Cody Gakpo is going to score a 60th minute goal. That's going to break City's momentum, and then Liverpool are going to go and win 1.
I hope so,
Believe.
but I just feel like City are playing a lot more direct, and Liverpool suffer with that. And I just feel like if it's anything, this is the time Haaland's going to score against us. Thanks guys for another episode, and I'm looking forward to Gameweek 11. And I hope I just love it if you just climb the ranks, man. Just we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We are
for
going
sure.
to track your team. We'll be keeping a definite eye on you.
Yeah, we'll be
back to come with the top 1.
Done deal. That is a done deal.
For sure, no. So, but I mean, all the best for the next few weeks, and we're looking forward to seeing what you do.
What is your rank in SA?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Still
Wow.
9 people ahead of you in SA. That's insane.
But yeah, Shin's gonna do it. He's still got all his chips left.
We believe. We do believe.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a blast. And okay, guys.
Okay.
See you guys.
So, thank you so much. Enjoy the evening.